Welcome to Immigration Uncovered, the Docketwise video podcast. I'm James Pittman, and today we're bringing you a comprehensive update on Donald Trump's recently released immigration plan for 2025. Former President Trump's vision for immigration and border control is making headlines once again, according to reporting by Axios Media, in the event that Donald Trump is elected as the 47th President of the United States next year. He is proposing unprecedented restrictions on immigration and an unprecedented ramp-up of border security. The ambitious 2025 Trump immigration plan includes a series of new and revised policies, some of them resting on laws which have rarely, if ever, been enforced in our history. Here's a snapshot of what his plan entails. Ideological screening. Donald Trump aims to strengthen ideological screening for individuals applying to enter the United States legally. While U.S. immigration law has long blocked communists and members of other totalitarian parties from entry, this provision has not been rigorously enforced in recent decades. Donald Trump wants to enforce it to reject applicants that he deems Marxists. Given the elastic and often inaccurate usage of that term by many on the right of the political landscape, such a policy would leave the door wide open to abuse in the form of using wholly subjective grounds for exclusion from entering the United States. A naval blockade. Another striking proposal would involve sending the Coast Guard and the Navy to establish a blockade in waters off the United States and Latin America. The stated objective of such a move would be to intercept and halt drug smuggling boats, which would take border enforcement to the high seas. There would be an expansion of the Muslim ban. Trump seeks to expand his earlier Muslim ban, which restricted immigration from several predominantly Muslim or African countries. This time, he plans to widen the scope, potentially affecting even more countries. Cartels would be considered unlawful enemy combatants, and in a significant move, the U.S. would designate drug cartels as unlawful enemy combatants. This would enable the U.S. military to target them in Mexico, which potentially escalates the fight against drug trafficking. Donald Trump would renew efforts to end birthright citizenship to children born of undocumented immigrants in the United States, a move that would no doubt trigger prolonged and lengthy legal battles and most likely end in the U.S. Supreme Court. A continuation of the border wall. The plan announces an intention to complete the border wall that was initiated during Trump's first presidency. This project had previously been halted by President Biden. There would be expedited deportation of migrant gang members, smugglers, and other criminals using a section of the Alien and Sedition Act, which was passed in the year 1798. While Trump's primary focus remains on the southern border, it's worth noting that his plan also would target legal immigration. For instance, he intends to scrutinize the ideology of immigrant applicants by further searching their social media accounts. This would add one more layer to an already existing practice of requiring social media usernames and handles from applicants for visas. Again, a resumption of enforcement of financial and health requirements. Furthermore, Trump plans to demand proof of health insurance from prospective immigrants and impose significant bonds on some travelers seeking entry into the United States. It is likely that the public charge ground of inadmissibility would be again used to prohibit entry of some applicants. Many of these proposals, such as designating cartels as unlawful enemy combatants and initiating a naval blockade, could escalate tensions with our neighbor Mexico. Additionally, Trump's reliance on Mexico for the Remain in Mexico policy could raise humanitarian concerns. Trump's team is leaning on two sections of U.S. law to justify much of this plan. The first section is 212F of the Immigration and Nationality Act, which grants the President of the United States the authority to suspend the entry of aliens whose presence he deems detrimental to the United States. The other law is the so-called Alien Enemies Act, which was part of the old Alien and Sedition Acts, which were a group of four laws signed way back in 1798 and which have seldom, if ever, been used. The Alien Enemies Act was passed to supplement the Alien Friends Act, and it grants the government additional powers to regulate non-citizens, which would take effect in times of war. Under this law, the president could authorize the arrest, relocation, or deportation of any non-citizen residing in the United States that was 14 years of age or older. These legal maneuvers would no doubt invite significant legal challenges. To realize his vision, Trump would require cooperation from key government departments, including the Departments of State, Homeland Security, Health and Human Services, and the Department of Justice. As we progress toward the 2024 election, no doubt this immigration plan will at times take center stage in discussions. It's clear that it carries the potential to reshape immigration policies and practices if, in fact, Trump returns to the presidency in 2024. You can read more about this topic on our blog at docketwise.com/blog. And stay tuned, stay informed, and stay engaged for more immigration-related insights with our video updates and on our podcast, Immigration Uncovered. Until next time, I'm James Pittman, your host, signing off. Stay well.